There's a lot happening in the world of sports right now, and you can see that in the sports card market. Football, basketball, baseball all have cards going up. We'll tell you which ones are up the most now. Hello, sports card investors, and welcome to another Top 5 Tuesday. And this is a fun time to be doing a show like this because there are a lot of price movements right now. You've got baseball getting into the off season. People are thinking about free agency and how that may affect card prices. Of course, you got football right in the middle of the season, and basketball and hockey are just getting underway. All of this is causing the sports card market to have lots of ups and lots of downs, and we're going to tell you all about it right now. And of course, today's Top 5 is sponsored by Whatnot. Whatnot has awesome live auctions every day and night starting at just $1 for packs, boxes, breaks, singles, and more. It's a lot of fun, and if you scan the QR code on your screen or use this special link in our show description below, we'll give you $10 in free credit when you sign up for Whatnot. Okay, let's take a quick look at the overall sports card market by looking at the market pulse by market movers. Over the last 7 days, the SCI 500 index of the 500 most prominent sports cards is up slightly. That is a good thing because it had been falling a lot over the last month. In fact, it's down almost 4% over the last 30 days and down almost 9% on the year. So hopefully we're gonna see things stabilize a little bit. I don't know that that will be the case because normally November is not a great month for the sports card market. So it may go down a little bit more, I don't know. But hopefully as we get to the end of the year and certainly get into next year, things will heat up again. That has historically been the case. January is historically normally a very good month for the sports card market. We'll see if that holds true here over the next couple of months. But right now, let's talk about the cards going up and down the most. It's time for today's Top 5. We're starting today with a cold card, and I cannot believe that Brock Purdy is on the cold list because there was no card hotter than Brock Purdy's for the first 5 or 6 weeks of the NFL season. His stuff was off the charts. You know what? Actually, let me rephrase what I said. Maybe I can believe that Brock Purdy is on the cold list because oftentimes when a player has this incredible rise, their cards spike up, oftentimes it's followed by a fall as soon as they cool off a little bit. And unfortunately, Brock Purdy and the 49ers have certainly cooled off. The 49ers won their first 5 games of the year, but then lost 3 straight before their bye week. So it's been ups and downs. In his 5 wins, Purdy threw for 9 touchdowns and no interceptions. But in his 3 losses, he threw for 3 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. So a lot of that heat around Brock Purdy cards, you might have guessed it, it has all gone away and reversed. Let's take a look here at market movers, and you can see over the last 30 days, this is not the direction you want to see a graph go. When you're looking in market movers, if you own those cards, this is bad. These are his 2022 Prism, his Optic, his Donruss, his Mosaic, all base cards in PSA 10, and his 2022 Prism Silver in PSA 10. All of these over the last 30 days are down anywhere between about 32% and about 55%. You're seeing big drops. His Prism base has gone from $249 to $119. His Optic from $211 to $97. His Prism Silver from $1,150 to $779. Now, this is not all bad. Let me show you this. It all really comes down to when you bought these cards, because if I zoom out and look at the last 90 days, his cards are still up a little bit. So if you had bought Brock Purdy's cards over the summer, you're still doing okay. Ideally, you would have sold at the peak, right in there, right in the peak period, but you're still doing okay if you bought Brock Purdy's cards sometime over the summer. So you know what? We'll see where it goes from here. Honestly, I still like the 49ers' chances a lot in the NFC. I think the 49ers and the Eagles are likely bound to get into that NFC Championship game together. So I wouldn't be surprised if Purdy's cards heat back up a little bit as the 49ers hopefully get back to their winning ways the second half of the season, but only time will tell. Before we get into our hot cards today, let's talk about an investment card. Let's talk about Willie Mays Classic 1951 Bowman card, because this card has done pretty well on the sports card market over the course of the last year. As you guys know, of course, Willie Mays, one of the all-time greatest baseball players, 660 home runs, 1,909 RBIs, tons of highlight moments, an absolutely incredible career. And his cards, like many cards, they've held up fairly well even in the face of a declining sports card market over the last couple of years. Let's take a look here in Market Movers. I've got his 51 Bowman up in 3 different grades: SGC 3, PSA 5, and PSA 7. The SGC 3 of this card, it's about a $7,500 card. Last sale, actually $7,800 on that card. The PSA 5 is around a $14,000 to $15,000 card. The PSA 7 is around a $50,000 card. So different price levels here, as you can see, but all of these cards are actually up a little bit over the course of the last 365 days. Now, this same card in other grades is down a little bit over the last 365 days. So not all of Willie Mays' cards are up, but overall, his cards have held up relatively well in the market. As we've seen prices of a lot of ultra-modern cards decline, we've seen vintage cards hold up relatively well. His PSA 5 is up about 16% over the last year. His PSA 7 is up about 6%. His SGC 3 is even. Now, keep in mind, eye appeal matters a lot on these cards. Not all PSA 5s are the same. Not all PSA 7s are the same. Not all SGC 3s are the same, and that can sometimes account for the sales differences of these cards. But it's great to see the vintage market continuing to hold fairly strong right now. But now let's talk about the hot cards of guys playing today, and we're starting with Kyler Murray. The Arizona Cardinals star quarterback, he had been on the cold list as his cards generally over the last couple of years have been down a lot. However, he is about to come back. There's talk that he's going to return to the field this week against Atlanta. Of course, he's coming into a bad situation. Arizona is just 1-8 this season. They've scored 20+ points just twice since a Week 3 upset over the Dallas Cowboys, so they have not been doing particularly well. There are some that think Murray won't even be with the team next year, that maybe Arizona goes out and drafts Caleb Williams. But there are others that think Murray's going to give the team a little bit of a boost, and he's going to really try to prove himself the second half of the season of being that star that he has shown at times throughout his career. The people that believe that are buying his cards up right now, and that's causing the prices to increase. Let's take a look here in Market Movers. I brought 3 of his rookie cards on the screen. His 2019 Donruss base, Prism base, and Select Concourse, all in PSA 10. You can see these are increasing really nicely from a percentage standpoint over the course of the last 30 days. Now, none of these are very expensive cards. These cards, are all in the range of about $25 to about $45 right now, but they're all up anywhere between about 58% and 113% over the course of the last 30 days. That Select Concourse card, it was just around $11 30 days ago. Now it's around $24. His Prism base was around $29. Now it's up to about $45, $46. Not bad increases on Kyler Murray over the last 30. Let's see how his play is when he actually gets back on the field. Let's switch to basketball for the number 4 spot, and we're going with a young star, Tyrese Maxi. He has really been making a name for himself this year. He's having a great season so far for the 76ers, with James Harden now gone to Los Angeles. Specifically, Maxi is averaging 26, 7, and 5 this season. He's shooting 50% from the floor and 44% from three-point range. And of course, Maxi and Embiid have become great partners on that team. And there's actually a lot of basketball card collectors that are actually excited now that Harden is gone. They think that the 76ers might even have more of an opportunity. So they have been buying up Tyrese Maxey's cards. Let's take a look at what they've done price-wise in Market Movers. You can see on this graph, there's been a lot of upwards movement of these cards over the last couple of weeks. Specifically here, we're looking at 5 of his cards from 2020, his Prism base, Prism Silver, Optic Blue Velocity, Courtside Silver, and NBA debut Red Wave, all in PSA 10 condition, and all of these cards are going up nicely. They're up anywhere between about 2% and all the way up to 135% on these cards. That NBA debut Red Wave from 2020 Mosaic, that's gone from $26 to $61. Of course, not that many sales of that card over the period, not that many of them out there. But all of these have seen nice increases. On the high end, his courtside silver has gone from $348 to $420, and his Prism silver has gone from $275 to $335. Those are nice little bumps here in the last 30 days. Let's see where Maxi goes from here. Sticking with basketball for the number 3 spot, another young player doing well. Tyler Herro is having himself a really, really nice season for the Miami Heat. Now, this offseason, there was actually a lot of trade rumors involving Tyler Herro, but he stayed put in Miami, and he's currently averaging 26 points per game, 6 rebounds per game, 5 assists per game, shooting 45% from 3. Those are really nice numbers. His cards had become very, very cheap. They had tanked with a lot of rookies from that 2019 class, but there seem to now be some low dollar bargains because those who scooped up Tyler Herro's cards on the cheap are now seeing some nice returns on those cards. Let's take a look here in Market Movers. I'll show you what I mean. You can see the graph really ticking up, especially here over the last week. We're seeing a lot of upwards movement. I brought up a Prism Rainbow of his cards. I've got his 2019 Prism Base, Prism Silver, Prism Orange Ice, Prism Purple Ice, number to 149, and Prism Red Wave, all in PSA 10. All of these, as you can see, are going up. These cards are up anywhere between 12% and all the way up at 67% over the course of the last 30 days. His Prism Base card, which is the cheapest of these cards, but his Prism Base card went from $15 to $25 over the course of the last 30 days. His Prism Silver from $93 to $132. His Purple Ice from $155 to $180. So, hey, it's been a good month for Tyler Herro. Going to baseball for the number 2 spot today, and the hero of the World Series, Cory Seager. His cards, they have been hot, and deservedly so, because Cory Seager obviously helped the Texas Rangers to the World Series title, and in the process, he won his 2nd World Series MVP award. And that puts him in rare company. He joined Sandy Koufax, Bob Gibson, and Reggie Jackson as the only players to win multiple World Series MVPs. That is absolutely incredible. Of course, he helped the Rangers win their first ever World Series, and he batted .318 with 6 home runs and 12 RBIs and 21 total hits during the postseason. So Seager certainly did his part to make all of that happen. As you can guess, his cards are going up. Let's take a look here in Market Movers. You can see the spike that really occurred during the World Series and on to when they won the World Series title. Now, I will give you a little word of caution. If you look at the extreme right of the graph, you can see these are all starting to now come back down a little bit. That often happens after players won the title. They see a big spike right as they're winning the title. And then as we get into the offseason, things cool off a little bit. So I probably would not be buying Cory Seager cards right at this moment. I would probably be selling them if I had them, because you could probably pick them up for cheaper in a couple of months when the excitement about the World Series has subsided a little bit. But at the moment, they have been absolutely very, very hot in the sports card market. And the cards we're looking at specifically are his rookie cards from 2016, his Topps Base, his Topps Chrome Base, and his Topps Chrome Refractor in PSA 10, and his 2010 Bowman Draft Chrome Prospects in PSA 10. All of these cards over the last 30 days up anywhere between about 23% and 261%. That Topps Base card, which was the cheapest of all of them, went from $24 all the way on up to about $87 over the last 30 days on the back of that World Series run. So no matter which Cory Seager card you might have, you've done really, really well over the last 30 days. It's time for today's number 1 card, but before I give it to you, I have a really exciting announcement to tell you about. Market Movers has just launched currency conversion. Now, this is a big deal if you don't live in the US or if you travel anywhere abroad for card shows or to go look at cards at card shops in other countries. Let me show you how this works. It's super awesome. Here we were on those Cory Seager cards we were looking at a minute ago. You just go up to the main bar here and just click that, and you can convert between US dollars and all kinds of different currencies like Canadian dollars and Japanese yen, which actually would have been very helpful for me this summer when I was in Japan looking at different card shops in Japan. You can see all of the prices in Market Movers are now updated in yen. That is pretty cool to see. You guys can check out Market Movers. Try it for free by going to sportscardinvestor.com, click on Market Movers in the main menu bar, or download the Market Movers app on your phone right now. All right, guys, it is time for today's number one card. Are you ready? Can you guess who it is? This one might be obvious. His cards have been going absolutely nuts because his play on the court has been exceeding all expectations as a rookie. Victor Wembanyama in the number one spot today. The San Antonio Spurs star center has been just about everything people could have hoped for so far, with some insane plays, averaging 21 points per game, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, averaging nearly 3 blocks per game, and putting up some absolutely amazing highlights in the process of doing all of that. Let's take a look here in Market Movers. I got to switch back from Japanese yen to US dollars. All right, so we've done that there. So here we're looking at 5 of his cards. Of course, he still doesn't have that many cards out on the market yet, but these are 5 of his cards that are transacting a lot. His 2023 tops now, his 2022 Bowman's Best University in base and in refractor, his 2022 Bowman University Inception Prospect Auto, and his 2022 Bowman Chrome University Prospect Auto, all in PSA 10 condition. Look at all these. Look at this graph. Look at the last 30 days. All of these things are flying off the charts in a big way. From a percentage standpoint, these are up anywhere between 41% and 103%. That Tops Now card, you could have grabbed that 30 days ago for $39 in PSA 10 condition, most recently selling for right around $80. On the high end, his Prospect Auto from Inception has gone from $1,900 to $3,100. That is a $1,200 increase in just 30 days. And his Bowman Chrome University Prospects autograph, similarly, has gone from $2,600 to $3,670. Also over a $1,000 increase on that card. So if you loaded up on Victor Wembanyama cards heading into this season, congratulations to you, because you can take those cards to the bank right now, assuming you actually sell them, right? You got to sell them if you want to make your profit, if you want these numbers real. But if you're willing to sell, take your profit to the bank and enjoy. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please give it a like, please give it a subscribe, and go check out Market Movers. It's the best way to track your collection and card prices. Go download the Market Movers app in the App Store right now, or go to sportscardinvestor.com and click Market Movers in the main menu bar to try it out for free. We appreciate you. See you soon. Take care.